But for now, let us turn to the latest from Russia's war on Ukraine, as Ukrainian cities are coming under new deadly attacks, and Russian forces are launching a new assault on the Mariupol steel mill, where hundreds of civilians are still trapped. Now, take a look at this video. It comes from Russian state television, and it shows Russian troops attempting to storm the complex. Ukraine's deputy prime minister says women, children, and the elderly remain inside with Ukrainian forces. The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, saying the new Russian attack violates an agreement to allow civilians to leave. The United Nations is leading the humanitarian rescue from the steelworks. UN officials confirming that the weekend effort did manage to get 101 people, including a 6-month-old baby, to safety. Ukrainian officials say they will try to organize another evacuation from Mariupol this morning. Now with that, let's go to the CBC's Ellen Moreau. She joins us right now from Irpin, a suburb of Kyiv. Ellen, good to see you. We're going to talk about your location in a moment. But first, let's talk about some Ukrainian cities right now as they're dealing with the aftermath from new Russian attacks. What do we know about that this morning?
Well, there were several missile strikes in several Ukrainian cities last evening, Michael. In the western city of Lviv, multiple missiles fired at that city. It was the largest attack in Lviv since this invasion began. Power was knocked out to much of the city as a result of the strike. Now, the target was electrical substations that power the crucial railway network that help get weapons from foreign countries into Ukraine, across Ukraine, to Ukrainian forces who are trying to face down this invasion in the east. Altogether, the head of Ukraine's state railway company says that 6 electrical substations were taken out as a result of this strike last night in central and western Lviv, those substations. And this is the second time in as many weeks that railway infrastructure in central and western Ukraine has been targeted by Russian airstrikes as they target these crucial supply lines that are getting weapons into the country and across the country to the east.
Now, Ellen, as we mentioned off the top, you're in a suburb of the capital that was the scene of heavy fighting between Russian and Ukrainian forces just a few weeks ago. What are you seeing now?
Well, there is just devastation everywhere in this community, Michael. This is Irpin, one of those suburbs where there was fierce fighting between Russian forces and Ukrainian forces as the Russians tried to advance on the capital but were held back. We can show you some of the damage here. This would have been a grocery store here behind me, crucial to this community, and above it would have been a gym. And you can just see the sheer devastation. This building would have taken a direct hit as a result of the fighting here. And we'll show you a little bit more in this community. We've been here today and yesterday talking to residents who lived through the fighting here, were forced out of their homes. And take a look at what's left from those battles. That building also taking a direct hit, completely burnt out. We've been in some of the units inside these residences, Michael, and they're so heartbreaking. We've been with residents who've gone inside to try to salvage what they can, but everything is destroyed and burned out. We'll also show you some of the scars of the battle here that remain. We'll just get JF to pan down here. This is where there would have been an impact from some kind of ordnance, and these craters are all throughout this community. It really just gives you a sense of the level of intensity of the battle here. And this is something that's also all over this community, these shrapnel impacts from all of these strikes here. So, you know, being in an area like this is just really a snapshot, a microcosm of the fierce fighting and everything people in these communities would have had to live through. And now they're coming back, they're surveying the damage of their destroyed homes, and they're heartbroken, Michael, because they just don't have any of their possessions left.
Ellen, thank you for the reporting this morning. Appreciate it. That is the CBC's Ellen Morrow in Irpin, Ukraine.